1 week after Hurricane Florence slammed into the Carolinas, the worst of the flooding may still be ahead. The storm's death toll has risen to at least 42 people. 11 rivers in the Carolinas remain at major flood stage. Some rivers in South Carolina still have not crested. Manuel Bojorquez is in Conway, South Carolina, where the Waccamaw River is rising. Manuel, good morning.
Good morning. The Waccamaw, yep, all eyes are on it, as you can see, because it is flooding. That was the Riverwalk right there. And the fear is that more catastrophic flooding and damage could be on its way. It's something this entire region already knows all too well.
I don't believe it's an act of God. I think it's just nature.
Deborah Jewell lives in New Bern, North Carolina, one of the towns hit hardest by Hurricane Florence. She returned to find her home destroyed by floodwaters and her backyard filled with raw sewage.
I've been fighting nausea today and the lady next door too.
Jewell, like many North Carolinians, must now decide where to go from here.
I'm thinking now, I don't know if I want to do this anymore, but I probably will stay.
Andrew Bennett also lives in New Bern. He said there was nearly a foot of water in his home, and the mold is now growing fast.
We just remodeled this house last year, and now everything's ruined.
Bennett is one of the few with flood insurance. According to a recent analysis done by the Washington Post, in Craven County, where he lives, roughly 10% of homeowners have flood insurance. And overall, only about 1 in 10 homes in the counties hit by Florence have flood insurance.
I think Hurricane Florence is a real wake-up call for a lot of people, unfortunately.
John Mills is with FEMA.
If you live near water and you don't have flood insurance, you are risking financial ruin.
Some areas in North Carolina are still inundated. In parts of Pender County, emergency workers are using boats to get around. In Pollocksville, homes are surrounded by water. And in Goldsboro, some roadways and cars are still submerged.
The damage will be in the billions of dollars, and in North Carolina, damages continue to be incurred as floodwaters continue to rise.
The fear is the same is true here in South Carolina, where the governor estimates flood damage is already topping $1 billion and could climb. That's because the Waccamaw is not expected to crest until next week at possibly 3 feet above its record. Gail?
Oh boy, so it continues. Thank you very much, Manuel.
Hurricane Florence is just one example of stormwater causing problems to citizens. From the mold in the houses to leaving toxic waste from hog farms behind, it is a serious and expensive problem to fix. Another example would be Hurricane Harvey. Harvey hit August 25, 2017. Nearly 135,000 homes were destroyed. Hurricane Sandy hit October 22, 2012. There were $71 billion worth of damages done. This was the 4th costliest U.S. storm behind Katrina and Harvey. Katrina hit the United States 13 years ago. Katrina left $125 billion worth of damage. The population of New Orleans decreased over 50% from 2000 to 2006. The cost of hurricanes has increased dramatically over the last 20 years. This is due to an increase in intensity of storms because of global warming. Stormwater can not only pose problems during hurricanes. In the course of more frequently occurring events such as rainfall and snowfall, we tend to see the same outcomes, such as polluting lakes and contaminating drinking water. To reduce damages and pollution, we need to start responding to these problems properly. There are many measures we can take to ensure we are putting ourselves in a safe environment. Limiting the use of fertilizers on lawns, refraining from pouring hazardous products into street gutters or storm drains, picking up after our pets, and applying friendly car maintenance are all examples that can easily be practiced.
A lot of people think that the sanitary sewer and the storm drain system are the same system. The sanitary sewer system carries away water from our houses, our schools, our businesses, anything that's generated inside of your home. All of that wastewater flows to the wastewater treatment plant and gets cleaned up before it's discharged into the local creek or the San Francisco Bay. The storm drain system is completely separate. It goes through no kind of treatment whatsoever, and the storm drain system was designed to carry rainwater, basically nothing else, away from your homes very quickly. When man came in and started paving areas and pouring concrete, the rainwater now runs off faster, picks up the pollutants that we have generated, the automobile fluids, the oils, the pesticides, the litter, and anything else that ends up on the ground, and it carries it with it down to the ocean and the bay. People are the main source of pollution for stormwater and the pollution that ends up in our creeks and the bay. But we are also the solution to pollution. There are many small steps that people can do every day to help prevent pollution in our creeks and the bay.